everyone and welcome. This is Melissa from Endometriosis.com and this is Sarah.
Hello.
Who's agreed to do a mini interview for us about colonics since I had mine, 2 weeks ago now. So I thought we'd get the inside scoop on what it's all about and why it's so beneficial for us. Okay, so we're going to head inside and I'm going to show you the room first and then we can ask Sarah some questions. Okay.
Actually lay on with your bottom in this area here, and this is the system here. Just pop that light on, light it up a bit. Now I have a tube, just so you can see that it's not huge or anything like that. It's very small, so it's, you know, kind of similar to a pencil size, and that's attached to an extension tube here, so it would sit around about there.
And that, how much of that goes in your bottom?
Oh, tiny, about 1.5 inches at the most.
Okay.
You can't put too much in either because the extension tube's measured out, and if you try and put too much in, then it just pulls it off the nipple at the end there. So there's no danger of actually putting too much of the tube in. It's just about 1.5 inches, which is pretty comfortable, really.
Yeah,
Really
and you can do that yourself, which is nice as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then you're covered up with a sheet afterwards, so you retain all your modesty, which is ideal, really. So the hot and cold water from the main supply go into here, and then the this tube will actually fill up with this water, but before it actually gets down into this area here to where it's actually going into you, it'll actually go through a carbon filter, and it'll actually go through a UV filter, a UV light as well. So it actually will kill any microbials or take any heavy metals and chemicals out of the water. So this water here is pretty much probably the cleanest you'll probably ever pop in your body. Now, as the water comes down, it's just gravity fed, so there's actually it's very, very gentle, so as it comes into your body, it will be your natural peristalsis action that will actually encourage you to squeeze the water and then any of that built up matter out of your system as a bowel movement. And that's what's going to happen. The water's going to come in and you're just going to continually keep going to the toilet, really.
Yeah, and it's warm water as well,
yes, it
which is
yeah.
really
So we work
nice.
between two temperatures, 35 being the cooler temperature, which encourages and stimulates that colon to move a little bit quicker, so encourages you to release the water. 37 is the warmer water, which, well, it's 38 we go up to. Obviously our body temperature, core temperature is 37, so we go up to 38 just to have that warm water, which helps to kind of soak. It's a bit like washing up with hot water and washing up with cold water. You're going to get a better result with the old hot water, so, you know, takes all that stuff that builds up on that colon wall off of the colon wall and out as you do the releases. Yeah.
Very good. So a very nicely done room. Got the, so what is it called? It's
This is a Libby system.
Okay.
And it was brought in from Houston in Texas. They make them over there, so I imported that 5 years ago, 2007 now. So it's been going for quite a long time. And yeah, it's quite popular, really. You get all sorts of people come through. Men, women, yeah, all sorts. Yeah, definitely. Something that people are being more aware of to obviously keep that colon nice and clean, really.
Fantastic. Okay. So Sarah, can you tell us how you got into doing colonics, why you were motivated to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I'd always looked into it and never bothered doing anything about it, really, and then I broke my collarbone back in 2005 and had been on codeine, etc. Went over to Australia to see my sister, still with a very poorly shaped collarbone area, and saw, just basically looked into it and went and had some for myself over in Sydney. I had 3 and I came out feeling absolutely fabulous. Did lots of research about it and just blew me away the amount, the difference I actually felt from before I went in and when I came out again. It was just,
but how does the collarbone relate to the colonic?
Oh, it was just because I was just full of toxins because of the codeine and all the drugs I'd taken with the broken collarbone, and also the the toxins that we produce that we naturally can't get rid of anyway, as we actually produce toxins which our body finds very hard to flush out. So I was feeling very lethargic and very tired. I just really wasn't feeling great at all. So when I went to and had the colonics themselves, the difference was, it was parallels. It was a massive, huge.
Was it fairly instant, or?
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I felt superhuman. I felt like everything was clearer. I could hear better, see better. It was absolutely amazing. And I just wish I hadn't done 10 years previous, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it was a fabulous feeling. And, yeah, I mean, and I have lots of people that will come to me and to say exactly the same thing, that they just feel brighter, lighter, don't have that foggy feeling that they get in their heads. And, yeah, so it's not just dealing with the colon itself, it's dealing with the whole body. It's our whole body that we're actually looking to cleanse, because of it, of the way that the water acts as just cleansing that blood, really.
So what's the idea behind the colonic? So it's obviously to detoxify the body.
Yeah, it basically helps to clear out all the matter that builds up in the colon. I mean, most people can have up to 5 kilos of waste in their colon at any one time. So you can imagine that a bowel movement is nowhere near that kind of size. So we continually keep matter in the colon for extended periods of time. So that will then putrefy and rot in there and give toxins off that will actually absorb into the colon wall and then to obviously go back into the blood.
But so you've also got a lot of bacteria and things like candida and things like that.
Yeah, you have your good bacteria, your bad bacteria. Your bad bacteria unfortunately live in a bad environment. Good bacteria will only really live in a good environment. So if your colon gets too... It's basically toxic, you know, it's our toxic dump ground, but we need to move things through in a timely fashion. If that's not happening, then things will get more toxic. Our bad bacteria will take over. Our good bacteria that help with our functions, help keep things clean, help convert our B vitamin, help convert the fruit and vegetable fibre into our B vitamins for our energy, etc. Keeps our immune system happy and healthy. Once that bad bacteria takes over, then you know, we're on a kind of a little bit of a downward spiral. We just get tired, we get lethargic, we're not functioning properly. So,
but what about people who say they've been on a really good diet for the last, 3 years, they eat fruit and veg and everything like that? I mean, obviously there's a certain amount that they can benefit, but...
Oh yeah, I mean, orally you can, obviously you can cleanse the colon orally, but it will take a very, very long time. And also with regards to meat and other matter, there are certain ones that we can't break down, and they can form pockets in the actual colon, which are very hard to get out through diet alone, whereas the water can actually come in and actually help to go into those pockets and actually alleviate the matter that's in them and flush them through. So those pockets are called diverticulosis, which are very common, and you can get they can get infected. You can then have to go on antibiotics, blah blah blah. But most people that have them and won't even realise they've got them. But, the colonics will actually work and help to alleviate and pull that matter out. So yeah, you can cleanse yourself with a very good healthy diet, but unfortunately we do also have external toxins present, chemicals in the air, even just down to the water that we drink sometimes may not be particularly clean. Pesticides and herbicides on fruit and vegetables, if you're not organic, those can lead to a build-up of toxins in our colon, in our system as well. And if the colon's not able to eliminate those in a timely fashion, then the liver gets inundated with toxic build-up, so it can't do its job either. Then the kidney can't do its job. So our body just slows down, and even though we are able to detoxify ourselves, it's very hard to do when we've got a colon that's full of toxic waste, basically. Yeah.
So, I mean, what would you say, why is it beneficial for endometriosis?
Well, the immune system is actually held in our gut, and if our colon is in a healthy state, then our immune system will be in a healthy state. If the colon is in a bad state, then the immune system is going to be weak. and I've had numerous ladies come through with endometriosis symptoms, and they have left and have called me back and sent me emails saying how they have been pain-free since they've come and had colonics. So I don't know, it just seems to happen. But,
because it relates to the liver as well.
That's right,
because
yeah.
a lot of people say, okay, you should heal the liver, but when I spoke to you, you illustrated that without a clean colon, there's no point. Could you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, if we've got a clean colon, then the liver can actually do its job and can function.
Because otherwise it just gets reabsorbed, doesn't it?
That's right. So when there's matter builds up in the colon, all that's happening is it's getting reabsorbed into our blood system. Our liver's like, oh my God, not you again. Sort of got rid of you before. So it's kind of like a bit of a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So lots of people will go and do liver cleanses. Yes, they're great, but get your colon clean first, so that then when you do detoxify the liver, it can actually dump all its toxins, and actually the colon can actually get rid of them. Otherwise, all that's going to happen is you'll do a liver cleanse, they get down into the colon, and the liver will get them back up within a week later. It will just keep going around. So cleanse the colon first, and 9 times out of 10, to be honest, your liver will actually start to function 100% better. So then it will actually start to be able to detoxify itself anyway. Because yes, we can detoxify ourselves, but without a healthy colon, it's impossible to do that.
So what are indicators that you don't have a healthy colon?
Lots of people, it's simplest thing, recurring headaches, recurring colds or cold flu symptoms. You know, it's just literally just not being able to shift a illness. So yeah, headaches, backache, lower backache. Probably 80% of lower backaches are probably caused from impacted colon, where you've got a build-up of matter in the colon. You're talking of 5 feet of colon at the end of the day. It's all squashed in this small area, so it does have a massive effect if it does get impacted. You've got skin problems, eczema, anything like that will be a colon not functioning properly, basically, because our immune system's been...
What about illustrating sort of what comes out, really? I mean, how can you determine if things are normal?
Well, I mean, 9 times out of... Well, basically, if you go into the toilet normally and if you get nice long sausages, kind of like that, with no marks on them, no lines, just very smooth, then that is a perfect bowel movement. When you're getting runny or you're getting very solid pieces, then you've got the two extremes. You're either very, very dehydrated, and again, you can be very, very dehydrated with loose stools as well, because our body's actually trying to store the water in our colon so that we don't actually basically die of thirst. So dehydration can obviously cause constipation, and it also can cause loose stools as well. Also, just loose stools are caused through the system body trying to get rid of something that's in the colon, because it's obviously something putrefying, but 9 times out of 10 that's stuck in on the colon wall anyway. So yeah, there's lots of times, always look back, have a look, see what it's doing. Anything floating can be too much fat in the diet, or can be gallstones as well, which do get released from the liver, but they are very hard to flush through the colon.
Okay. Thank you so much. Really appreciate all that information. I do hope it helps. It certainly has helped me quite a lot, and I felt surprisingly better instantly with it. I know it sounds scary, but I'm hoping that, now that people have seen both the room and have heard, the benefits of it from you, that it'll encourage everyone to do the colonics. How many would you recommend, and what's your sort of, like you suggested to me that you should preferably do them close together?
Yeah. I mean, between 2 to 4, 3 being an ideal really, and doing them literally one day, one the next, so concurrently after each other really, just so that then the fecal matter that we're trying to eliminate, even though we're going to always get fecal matter in the actual colon, but what we want to try and do is get to that darker, older stuff that builds up normally around the 2 flexors. In order to get the water going round, we have to pull out a lot of the fecal matter that would normally come out anyway. So if we can do that closer together, the water gets further around a lot quicker as well. So get a lot more results, and we can get that black stuff come through, and which 9 times out of 10 actually comes through in a bowel movement later on, between the actual sessions anyway. So yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Always.
All right, thanks so much, Sarah. Really appreciate your time, and yes, we will get everyone to come and see you as soon as they can.
All right, then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.